Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man walah. Today we forgot to do two plurals.
Oh,
One was Sister Zarina, yours, which is
oh,
the Ism
which one
Tafdil.
is that?
The Ism Tafdil, we did the
yes.
Sarf. We did
Oh,
the Sarf.
the asana. Oh,
Yeah.
which one is that?
The
Oh, the
Ahsan
asana.
is
Let me check whether I did or not. The plural.
the Ahsan is the
Oh.
singular.
Yeah. Oh,
Ahsan is
I didn't know
singular.
there's a plural. I didn't find it, sister. Sorry.
Okay. Anyone found the plural? So go to HTML,
No, I didn't find, sister.
Hassan, and then find Ahsan here. The last one here is Ahsan, right? Better. Can you see my screen?
Where is it?
Here at
Yeah.
the last line.
Oh, yeah.
Ahsan.
Oh, okay.
Ahsan is the plural.
So the plural
Ahasin.
is Ahasin.
Ahasin. Oh.
Ahasin. Okay.
Okay.
What does this number 2 means here?
Tak tahu.
Forgotten also, sister.
Okay. So if I were to write this word, Ahasin.
Ahasin. Oh,
Right.
Ahasan.
So this one,
Ahasin.
this is Ahsanu, Ahsana for the nasab, Ahsana for the jar, right? This word is mamnu min as-sarf because in the pattern of akbar, right? This one, Ahasin, is also mamnu min as-sarf because it's in the pattern of masajid. Right? The number 2 on the ashtel that you see on both Ahsan and Ahasin means it's telling you that it is mamnu min as-sarf.
Oh, the two tells us. Oh, okay.
Yes, okay. The 2 gives you a hint, but
Oh.
without the 2 also, you should try to remember Ahsan definitely, akbar, right? Or this ism tafdil is never tanwin except for the word khairun, right? And syarrun. Okay. Ahasin also because of the pattern of masajid. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is the plural of ahsan. The other plural that we want to do is the last word, which is ghafil, which is sister babies.
Yeah.
This is ism fa'il, right? Ghafil is the singular. Ghafil. What is our plural pattern for ghafil? As in sound plural?
Oh, the sound. Ghafiluna.
Yes. Ghafiluna.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. That is Sister Lubna, right?
Oh,
Yes.
Sister Lubna.
Okay. And then we have like kuffar. We have that also. So it will be what here?
Wufla.
Kuffar. Ghuffal. Yes. Ghuffal. Okay, ghuffal. Also we have ghuful, like sujud, but here. Ghuful. Okay, so these are your jamak for the ghafilun. Okay, that's one that we missed. Now, let's go to Lafif.
Lafif.
Because that day we have the word awhayna, right? So wow in front and ya at the back. You all did say that it's like having misal and nakis together, right?
Okay.
So before I go to the notes, what family does misal affects most? What family does misal affects most?
Can't remember, sis.
I remember, sister.
Can't remember at all.
Okay, think about a word that you know starts from wow.
Wahada. We know wahada.
Wahada, you know wajada. What's the present tense? What's the mudhari for wajada?
Yujidu.
Wajada, family 1.
Yajidu.
Yes,
Yajidu.
yajidu. Where did the
Jidu.
wow go?
Oh, disappear.
Family
Yes,
one.
exactly.
Family one.
Exactly.
Family
Family
one.
1 gets affected by misal a lot. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So in Lafif, okay, in Lafif family 1, then it will get affected also, like how it gets affected in normal misal. So wajada, yajidu, the waw gets dropped. Same here. Waqa, yaqi, the waw gets dropped. Okay. But
Yeah.
in mazid fihi, most we treat as normal root letter. So that's why in the family 4, awha, yuhi, it doesn't get dropped. Okay. Family 2,
Yeah.
all this doesn't get dropped. Okay, the waw is there. Okay, you treat basically like a normal root letter. Okay, but the nakis part is still for all families. Okay, because lafif is basically nakis at the end. Whatever happens to nakis, what happens to lafif also. Which I think, mashallah, I think you all are very good at nakis already. Because you can do the
Inshallah,
saf kawir.
inshallah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay.
Inshallah.
So the only thing gets changed where in misal, in mazid fihi, is in family 4 and family 10, right? Because the waw and ya can get changed. The root can be waw or ya, and it will change to waw or alif or ya depending on the haraka before it. Okay, so awha, yuhi, here at the iha is the part that we change, right? We did the master that day. We cannot put you, right? Because we have a kasra before it. Yeah, so if you just follow the pattern that you know, right? And then when it has a weird sound, that's when you change it. That's all. Okay, otherwise, inshallah, you just follow the pattern, you will get that. And last for the misal, in family 7, it gets fused with the ta, right? Waqaf ya becomes ittaqa, yattaqi, right? You don't see the waw anymore. It gets fused with the ta, right? You see ta shadda, we know it can be a ta, it can be a hamza, it can be a waw or a ya, right? So that's the misal part. The nakis part, yes, it will affect all families from 1 to 10, and it will affect all the same way, inshallah. Okay?
No.
Tak ingat.
Can I see the family 10? You're saying about family 10? Family 8?
Family 10, same changes as family 4. Meaning,
Okay.
you see the haraka before it, the waw could change to a ya, could change to an alif if the
Okay.
haraka needs to be changed. Okay? Yeah. But one thing that I added for this topic, this one we didn't do that day, is about ha sakat. Okay, ha sakat. So you can, okay, so what we're talking about in Surah Al-Qari'ah, wa ma adraka ma hiyah. This ha at the end here. Okay, Surah Haqqah, we have ma aghna anni maliyah, halaka anni sultaniyah. This this ha at the end. Why is it there? Okay, this ha is called ha sakat. Okay, and yes. The scholars differ about the purpose of the letter. This one you can read. Okay, but what we want to know is when will this ha comes? Okay, when is it required? When it's better to be there, and when it is permissible to be there. So the first one is required. Yes, means wajib to be there.
Wajib to
Okay.
be there.
The ha sakat we're talking about is wajib to be there when you are stopping on words which are the command forms of lafif. Okay. So, for example, here in our family 1, waqa yaki, right? So this is the mutarid, the waw already got dropped, right? Because this is nakis, when we do amar, we drop the ta at the front. right? We have to drop the ya also at the back. So the
Yeah.
amr is very short, ki.
Yeah, key. Yeah.
Yes. So we know like waqina adzaban nar is
Yes.
is the dua from there, like protect us from the fire. Right? Waqina adzaban nar. So when any form of lafif command, okay, command form, and you're stopping on that word, then the ha,
Wajib.
yeah, the ha sakat will be there. Okay,
Hmm.
this one you can try to remember whenever you see a ha sukun that you don't understand why is there a ha sukun, then you have to go back to these notes, inshallah. Okay.
Hmm.
Second one is better, but not required. Okay, this is when the pronouns, for the pronouns where the last letter is a weak letter, meaning waw or ya. So like huwa or hiya, it has a waw and ya at the end, right? So it's like your Qari'ah, Surah Qari'ah. Okay, hiya. Wama adraka ma hiya.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So this is not wajib. Okay, sometimes we do stop at who, right? Illahu, right? We do stop at hiya as usual. So this is not wajib. Okay. Then the other one is nouns that end with a ya mutakallim. Okay, so mali. What does mali means?
My
Yes, my wealth.
My wealth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
My
So this is
my will.
this is the word in here in Surah Al-Haqqah here. Okay, maliyah is actually mali, just my wealth. Okay. So yeah, this is also better. Not always, right? Because we do see just normal yeah, right? Without the ha.
Yeah.
So this is not required, not wajib. Okay. Then lastly, it is permissible, okay, when stopping on a fi'il amr where the last letter is weak and hence omitted. So we are talking about lafif, we are talking about nakis, right? When we do fi'il amr, we will drop the root, the weak letter, the ya or the waw, the root letter, right? So from this is from the word masha yamshi, which is to walk. Okay, to walk.
Yes.
So this is the command for this is the command form imshi. Okay, without the ya, it gets dropped. Okay, and then imshi with the ha. Okay, this is a fi'il amr. Or stopping on a fi'il majzum. So same case where the last letter is weak and drop. So from the same word, lam yamshi, he did not walk. Okay, so if you're stopping here, it's permissible to have a ha sakat also. Okay, lam yamshi. Okay. And lastly, when the ma istifham is preceded by a half of jar and the alif is omitted. So we did talk about this when we talk about ma istifham, remember? When it's connected with a half of jar, we drop the alif. It tells us that when you see amma yatasaalun, right? Mim,
Yeah.
if with the alif, it can be ma mausul, right? Amma, for example, when you see the word bima, it can be ma mausul, it can be ma masdariyah, it can be ma istifham, it can be ma shart, right? But once it's attached to a half of jar and the alif gets dropped, then automatically that tells you that it's istifham. Cannot be mausul already. Cannot be shart. Cannot be other things. Okay? So this one, so for example, amma yatasalun, this is permissible lah. Obviously not when we read the Quran, but an example, for example. Okay? Can? Are you all with me?
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
So, it is not often in the Quran. It's quite rare in the Quran. But if you were to see your Iraab books and you see this term, then inshallah you can come back to your notes here. Okay? Yeah. So that's the only thing that I added for this one. Okay. Let's talk about Haal. Okay, because that day we talked about the last part of the sentence, kana, kunta, sorry. Kunta, you were from before it, right? From among those who were unaware. Okay, so we said that min qabli can be muta'alliq bil khabar of kana, or it can be a hal of the anta inside kunta, right? The ism kana. Okay, so hal that we kind of did, right? It's usually, if it's a normal ism, it's going to be mansub, it's going to be nakira. And of course, the sahibul hal will always usually be ma'rifah, whether explicit or implicit, right? But that they on min qabli is a shibu jumlah, right? So hal can be a jumlah fi'liyah, it can be a jumlah ismiyah. So
Can be
here,
simple
yeah,
jumlah.
it can be a shibu jumlah, right?
Mm-mm.
So here also, when we did this, right, jalasa, Sister Hamisa,
Yes.
jalasa is what kind of word?
Fi'il madi.
Mm-hmm. And then our fa'il,
Tulabu.
yes, at-tulabu. And then hawlal madaris, the mudaris, sorry.
That is how they sit around the teacher, kan?
Yes.
So it's hal.
Yes. So, or you can say is what? If you haven't learned this as a hal, what would you normally say? This will be what? This is
That
a
will be
zarf.
maf'ul. Okay,
No.
zarf. Oh,
So it is muta'alliq to something, right?
okay.
Usually you say
Jalas.
muta'alliq to,
Jalasa fi'il.
yes, muta'alliq bil fi'il, right? Which is acceptable, and you will see it in Arab books. Okay, of course, this is not in the Quran, but for the example, that's why we always have two Irabs for this kind of hal. Okay, so you can see it as a muta'alliq bil fi'il because it is talking about how they are sitting also, basically, right? It is connected to the fi'il. But the other way to look at it is the hal, the state of the students when they sit. Okay, so it's both correct. The Irab is both correct.
Right.
Okay, and when you translate also, it sounds exactly the same. You get the exact same meaning actually, right? You don't get a different meaning, get the similar meaning. Yeah, so this is what happened to our kunta on that ayah. Okay, so here obviously the sahibul hal is explicit here. It is tulab. What about this one, Sister Nick?
What's the question?
Yeah, do the Irab
I
here.
see.
Syahadtu.
Yeah, fi'il madi.
What's our fa'il?
Ana.
And then al-usfura.
Al-usfura is madi is the apa tadi?
Ism or fi'il here?
It's a ism.
What status?
Yeah. Nasab.
So what is it here?
It's a maf'ul.
Yes, it's a maf'ul. And then fi ushi.
Yeah, that is the shibu jumlah. I mean, it's the jar wa majrur.
Yes, it is jar wa majrur. It is a shibu jumlah.
Shibu jumlah, yes.
So it is
So
what?
it's a hal, yeah.
Yeah, hal of, what's the sahibul hal?
Of the sparrow.
Yes, the sparrow. Obviously,
yes.
cannot be ana, right? It's not the hal of
Yeah.
ana.
Yeah.
Although this is another ma'rifah word here, ana. Here is a ma'rifah. But obviously, this is talking about the sparrow in its nest, right? Okay, so clear about the
Yeah,
kunta?
inshallah.
Inshallah, this one clear? Sister
inshallah.
Hamisa? Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Next one, before we go to before we go to ayah 4, Ajwaf. Because today we did kana, yakunu, which you all are,
Yeah.
alhamdulillah, very good.
Alhamdulillah.
Hesitated. Yeah, hesitated.
That's right.
I think it's I think because of like the words like that we know, like qala, zada, it becomes easy when we do the sarf, right? Only part that you are hesitating is about when we do the fi'il madi. when we come to the hunna, right?
Correct.
Because Sister Hamisa was like, why do we change the fathah to dhamma, right? So when we comes to the hunna, okay, the haraka on the Nasara tribe, okay, it will usually take the root letter. Okay, so kulna is qaf waw lam, the waw. Okay, so it takes a dhamma. Okay, zidna has a ya, zayada, so it takes a kasra. Okay, so usually the Nasara tribe will usually have the waw haraka. I mean the waw as a vowel. Okay, so it will always get a dhamma. So that's why from kana yakunu is also Nasara. So we get kunna, kunta, right? Kunta, kunti. We get that. Okay. Here, the only one is the Sami'a family. Okay. Sami'a family for Khofa, what is our root letters?
Khof, khof, waw,
Oh, wow.
Khawawfa. Khawawfa.
kho, waw, fa.
Yes, Kha, Wa, Fa. Okay. And here, Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Okay. So technically we should get a dhamma, right? Like kulna, like that. Okay. But we don't because this word is in Sami'a family. Okay. And when it is in Sami'a family, it gets a kasra to show the original haraka in the Sami'a. Sami'a gets a kasra.
Sami.
Yes. Okay. So only this one gets a kasra. Okay, only Sami'a get a kasrah. Can, inshallah? But
Inshallah.
I can't remember if this is the one that Estelle tells you the haraka. For Waufa. Yeah. In Estelle, right, for
Okay.
Ajwaf, okay, they tell you the haraka for the
Oh,
hunna
they
onwards.
have that, huh?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, my.
Although they say first person, I mean, you know that from punna onwards it's already like this. Okay. What are the Ajwa fruit letters? I don't think Kola they give because Kola we all know probably. What are the Ajwa fruit letters? Let me check.
Ja'a is
We can try Ja'a. I don't think Ja'a have. Yeah. Because I think they will only tell when it's Sami'a family.
We only
I
see
think.
the first time I saw the
The
fifth one.
Hofa. Oh, I saw
yeah,
it
fifth.
before, but I think it's probably only in Sami'a family. I think. So
Okay.
other than that, then you know lah. Nasara family gets Dhamma. The Doroba family gets Kasra.
Sami.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
you will always look at the family one. You always have to find the Madi or the Mudari. You always have to find the tribe, right? So if you don't find, that means there's nothing special about it. Okay, when you do see something like just now the Hofa, then you know, okay, this is Sami'a family, a bit special. Okay, Sami'a family also. Sami'a family also. This one I added here. Okay. Exception for Sami'a family when the meaning shows defect. Okay, so here all have alif, right? Qala, zada, khofa. Okay, this one awira, sami'a. Okay, no alif. This one means to be one-eyed. Here, hawila, yahwalu. Okay, again Sami'a family. Okay, of course, if you
family baru dia
only when the meaning shows defect.
show
Okay.
defects.
Yeah, if not, it's normal hofa like this one.
Probably that's why it's got defects.
I thought
Uh-huh.
the dhamma or the kasra depend on whether the second root letter is a waw or a ya.
Yes.
Like
You
But
yeah
right
you
now,
Ajwaf.
like kida,
uh-huh
kada
kada
kan,
yakidu
kada,
uh-huh
yakidu kan. So there
yes
is kaf yadar. So
that
that means the hunna should be kasrah.
okay, which one you talking about, kada yakidu
That's
or
not so,
kada yakadu, as in the plan or
kada
the
yakidu,
almost
kada yakidu.
the plan,
The tipu daya,
the scheming,
yeah,
Plot.
the scheming,
plot.
the
The
plotting.
scheme.
the plot,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that one is
Scheming,
kada
okay.
yakidu. So
Plus,
Dia.
here
okay,
Kada
kada
yakidu.
yakidu.
we are
So
talking
dia
about
actually the
Mhm,
hunna from the kuna, the
mhm.
hunna, that means it will be kidna kan?
Yes, hidana, correct.
Kidna. That means
Hidana,
it
yes.
doesn't matter whether it's something our family or not lah.
Yeah,
Is that
be
right?
here because it is doroba anyway.
Okay,
Yeah, it
so
has a
Mm.
it becomes doroba.
okay.
It is, although yes, you find the tribe, right? But
Mm.
it is often the case that the wow root letter goes to Nasoro and then the ya goes to doroba. Yeah,
Okay.
so in a way, you
Okay.
can say that. We also say that it takes the original root letter, the haraka here. Drop the alif,
Okay.
take sound of the
Uh-huh.
original root letter. Okay, except for Sami'a
Except for
tribe.
a few words lah.
Yeah,
Okay,
except
except for a
for
few
when
words.
it
Okay.
comes to
Like
Sami'a.
how
Okay.
far and so on. Okay.
Yes,
Okay, thank
exactly.
you.
Can? Okay.
Sami'ah je yang
Um,
dia special.
yes. Okay.
Eyed and cross-eyed.
Yes. Okay, I think we finish our review for yes. Okay, so let's go to ayat number 4, inshallah. Okay, just before we go to number 4, because ayat number 4 has the word is, which is the topic of
Is.
maf'ul
Yeah, that's right.
fihi. Okay, so just to remind before someone special gets that Iraab. Okay. Okay. So is, right, can be a maf'ul fihi here, right? Of course, it's always mabni, right? But it can also be other than maf'ul fihi. It can be a maf'ul bihi, especially we said that when the word like mention when. So it becomes, you actually mention a story, mention what are you mentioning? This is like a story usually. Or sometimes the fi'il is not there, you start with is. Okay. Of course, it's not just maf'ul bihi. I think we did saw different here. Badal, was it? I think it's badal. We also saw that. Yeah. This is badal ishtimal here for the word Maryam. Okay. So if, just to remind, can be maf'ul fihi, can also be anything else depending on the sentence. Okay.
Okay.
Be shocked. Yeah.
So Sister Zarina came first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So,
let's start with you.
okay, let me try.
Good, sister,
Let me
good.
see. I'll try. It's
Oh, the word first one is. Yes.
it's
Okay.
is it a Zof Zaman? Zof Zaman?
Yeah, yes. Zorf zaman,
Oh,
because the
yeah.
meaning is when.
Yeah, that's why I say
Mhm.
Zof Zaman.
It
Other
is.
than that,
It is mabni or mu'rab?
Mabni, you told us.
Yeah. So it's mabni
Yeah,
ala
so
what?
Mabni ala sukun.
Exactly.
Okay,
And
yeah, I think that's all I know.
okay, because it's an ism, it must be fi mahali something,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So what do you think it's fi mahali on? It can be maf'ul bihi, or it can it can be maf'ul fihi, or it can be anything else. If you have no idea, I feel
No
you are a bit
idea.
stumped. Okay.
Yeah.
Go
Mm.
to your translation. Okay.
Okay.
And try to understand how the translators translate, and try to make sense of what are they saying.
That's a bit, yeah.
Yeah, and try to see different translations. Okay, so oops, yeah, family 4.
Yeah, next, yeah. When
Okay, So Sahih International say of these stories mentioned when blah blah blah.
Yeah.
This one says remember when Yusuf. Here it says it happened when Yusuf.
Oh,
Okay, let's focus on these two here. These two.
remember.
Mm.
So if I said remember, then you remember what? So it's a maf'ul bi, it's a
Yes.
mansub then. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So
So
it
fi
is.
mahali,
Oops.
fi mahali, what do we say? Fi mahali nasab.
Yes, fi mahali
Okay.
nasab.
Nasab. Yeah.
Because it's a maf'ul bihi, you said.
Mahful bihi. Yeah.
To is the fi'il there?
No fi'il, no
Yeah,
fi'il.
so we
Fi'il
say
mahzuf, is it?
yes, fi'il mahzuf.
Mahzuf.
Okay, what is the Arabic for remember?
Uskur.
Exactly.
Pandai.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah. It's the word I can remember.
Uskur.
What about this one? Of these stories mentioned, why do you think they say that?
Of these stories mentioned.
Before, it was said, nahnu nakusu, right? We relate to you the best of stories.
This.
Yeah.
And then they say, of these best stories, basically, this is
So-
when blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah.
what do you
now
think it
it'll
is?
it'll be like a mutada, is it?
A part, a
It
badal
is,
eh.
Yes, it is a
Yeah.
badal.
Okay,
Sepadan.
badal.
Couldn't-
It's part of badal.
Yes, exactly. So
Oh.
badal of what word? Badal of what word? Because we need to we need
Qasas.
okay. Qasas is connected to ahsana, right? Qasas is connected to ahsana because it's a mudaf ilahi.
Oh.
Yeah.
So take the
Narration,
whole
the best
thing.
of narration.
Yes, so
Yeah.
take the whole
Yeah.
thing. Okay?
Oh.
So if it's badal of ahsan al qasas, it's going to be fi mahalli.
Look at that.
Yes, nasab also.
Nasab also.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
nasab also.
For this. Okay? So you say or
How?
it's the same fi mahalli. Okay. So
Never quite understand Badal system.
oh, okay.
Maybe you have to review with us Badal system.
Yes. Badal means what actually? What does badal mean?
Following.
Substitute.
Yes,
Substitute.
Yes, replacing. Okay.
Oh.
Or number 2 is badal.
Badal.
Badal we use what? Li, bi, min. Which one? Yes, min.
Min.
Yeah. To the word ahsanan qasas. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you understand why they translate it that way, inshallah. Okay.
Yeah.
For badal, where is my we have different kinds of badal. Which kind of badal do you think this is? We have badal kul, badal ba', badal ishtimal.
Badal ba.
Badal Ba'd. Badal Ba'd. Out
Bad-
of those two.
Badal
I
ba'
think-
means like a
Some
part of
part
it.
of
Yeah, some
Yeah.
part of it.
This looks like cool to me.
Yeah,
Is
it
it?
also looks like cool to me, although I don't see in the Iraab, it doesn't say which one. Where is my badal? Okay, here. Okay. Here. Okay. Okay. Full substitution, portion of a whole, and attribute of a substitute. Okay. So badal is basically when you have another ism following another ism. Okay. Especially for badal kul, it's talking about exactly the same thing.
Same.
Yeah, same
Mm.
entity.
Yeah, that one okay. Yeah.
Yes, so this is badal kul, okay, when
Kul.
it's following the same entity. So this one and the akhi, the brother, and the Zaid is the same person. So I can
Okay.
say I pass by your brother or I pass by Zaid and it means the same.
Okay.
Especially if you know that I have a brother named Zaid lah. the context, of course. The context of the speaker and the listener must also they also must know lah which one what
Yeah.
they're talking about. Okay, so that
Yeah.
is badal kul. Okay,
So the badal here is which one? This letter, which letter? Zaid, is it?
Zaid.
yes, correct.
Zaid.
Zaid. Okay, so what this Zaid, why is it jar? Because it's following the word akhi. Bi akhi is jar wa majrur. Okay, so Zaid must be majrur because this word is talking about the same thing here, the akhi. Okay, so that is badal. When you have a follower which follows the same status. Okay,
That one is full substitution.
yes. This one is a portion. Okay,
Portion here.
a portion. So here, Hafaz to Sister Lubna.
Yes.
This one we have what kind of word here? So the Iraab is there, basically.
No, it's a Badal Bad. This is Badal Bad, portion
Yeah.
of the whole. Because
Yeah, yeah.
Nisfahu is Badal Bad.
Yes, of the word.
Quran.
Yes,
For
and
Qur'ana.
Al-Quran itself is,
Al-Qur'ana.
yes, Al-Quran itself is the, what to this word?
Maf'ulun bihi.
Yes, exactly. Right? So Nilsfah is Fatha is Nasab
Yes.
because it is the Badal Ba' of Quran. So here, I memorized the Quran, not all, half of it. Okay? So, and usually for Badal Ba', there is a pronoun which goes back to the main thing. Yes, okay, to show you that it is, yeah.
Half of what? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Half of what?
Okay,
Yes,
so
half of
when
the
you have
Quran.
like half of it, so it's clearly like a portion
It's a badal, yeah.
of it. Okay.
Portion of it.
And the last one is badal ishtimal. Also,
By it attributes.
also this one will have a pronoun going back to it. So here, Sister Bibi,
Yeah.
where is our
Nafa'ani.
badal?
Ilmuhu.
Is badal of,
Nafa'ani Zaidun,
which is what to
which
the,
is fa'il.
yes, it's the fa'il of nafa'ani, right? Ni is our,
Our maf'ul bihi.
yeah, yes, exactly. So Zaid benefited me in what way? His knowledge. Okay, so his knowledge, the knowledge of Zaid
His
benefited me.
knowledge.
Yes, exactly.
Attributes here.
Okay, so here this is our badal. This is called badal ishtimal. This is if just now was like quantity, this is like quality, something like that. Okay, it's like that, but here
A
is like,
different aspect.
yeah, exactly.
Different
It's
aspect.
a tribute. Okay.
Attribute or aspect of something.
Yes, exactly. So for is just now in family 4, I don't know. It seems like badal kul also like it's like badal ba, right? Because they say like some of it, right? Of, like it's not the
Of
not
these
all.
stories.
Yeah. It's like,
One of the best stories.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
remember
Ba'al.
the best stories. So it's Badal Bad.
Yeah, I guess
Yes.
so. I think so also. Okay. Can?
Okay.
Yeah, inshallah, yeah.
So Sister Zarina, just now, we haven't finished actually.
Okay.
Last
So-
part of the is. Everything after the is will become what?
Everything after the is, so this is months.
Yes, zaman.
Is a zorf,
Mudaf
right?
ilahi.
Oh,
Yeah.
Zaf, Mudaf
Ilahi.
ilahi,
Exactly.
correct. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
wal jumlah.
They
Jumlah.
jumlah ba'daha fi mahali ja fi mahali ja mudaf ilahi.
Yeah,
Bil
mudaf ilahi.
idafa.
Can also.
Itu.
Okay.
Bil idafa, yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Next one. Sister Nick, you came second.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Qala is fi'il madi mabni alal fath Litisolihi. Ya ke?
What's our fa'il?
Huwa.
Huwa can have an outside the word. Is there an outside the word or not?
Yes, Yusuf.
Yes, Yusuf. So this is our fa'il.
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 Yes, fa'il.
Status.
Fa'il dhammah.
Not
Fa'il
Rafa nasib jar.
rafa.
Yes, marfu.
Marfu
Sign.
bil dhammah.
Yes, exactly. Why is the word Yusufu no tanwin?
Tahu dah.
Non-Arabic.
Oh yes, mamnu
Mamnu
min
min
as-sarf.
Mamnu
Yes,
min as-sarf.
exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
So here, here you don't really have to say about the mamnu min as-sarf, but sometimes you might see lam yunawan. Yunawan.
Lam yunawan.
Awan. Okay.
Lam yunawan li'annahu.
Mamnu min as-sarf.
Yes. What does that mean?
It is not
Lam
given tanwin.
Yes.
Given
Oh,
tanween.
Because it is a mamnu min as-sarf. Hardly
Yes.
possible.
there
Yes.
is no tanwin because it is a mamnu min as-sarf.
Yes. Okay. We say this sometimes. They say this because an
Yunawan.
ism by default should have a tanwin by default.
Yeah.
An ism, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So yeah. So when it's a rafa, it doesn't get really affected so much. It still has the dhamma, right? But just no tanwin. So although we don't have to say it's mamnu min as-sarf, you might
Yeah.
find this in the Iraab books. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Next one says the Hamisa. Li'abihi.
Li'abihi is half of jar. Abihi is isim majrur.
Oops, half of
He
jar.
is mudaf ilaih.
Hold on. Ism majrur. What's the sign of the ism majrur?
Bil kasrah.
Kasrah? What's the kasrah?
Bilya.
Majrur bil kasrah. Bilya, sorry, bilya.
Bilya.
Why is it bilya?
It's the 5 names.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
So this is not your default. So what you say before that? Ni.
Niabatan.
Yes. Anil.
Anil
What you expect for jar?
Anil kasrah.
Then li'annahu.
Who is khamsa is ismul khamsa.
Okay. What is the plural of ism?
Asma.
Yes.
Asma'ul khamsa.
Asma'il khamsah.
Oh, Asma'il khamsa.
Yes, because there's a min here. Okay,
Okay.
min. So this is okay. Can?
Okay.
And then you said that the ha is
The ha is mudaf ilaih.
so domir.
Majrur bekas fi domir mutasil
Yes.
fi mahali jar.
Mm-hmm.
Is mudaf bil idafah.
Yes, exactly. Okay. What is our abi? Is it singular or plural?
Abi is singular.
What is the singular version when it's not a mudaf?
Abun.
Good. Abun. Okay. How do we search this in HTML?
Hamzah in ba.
Just now I searched for Hamzah ba.
Hamzah ba only.
Yeah.
Did you find?
Yeah, I find.
You found?
Abna banuna. Abna
If you search for Hamzah ba, if you search for Hamzah ba, you have to find, but you have to you have to find the page exactly. Actually, the root letters is Hamzah ba wow.
Wow.
so I cannot find the. I try to find Hamzah ba nun, but I cannot find. So
Yes.
Hamzah ba wow.
Yes, Hamzah ba wow. Okay. Then you can go straight to this page. Okay. So yes, the plural is ba. Okay, with a long one. Okay. Aba'u. Good. What is the Rafa version when this is mutaf?
Oh.
Abu.
Abu.
Wow.
Like that.
Abu, yeah, with the wow, with the wow.
Yes, with a wow. Okay. So when it's nasab, it has an alif. When it's jar like this, it has a ya.
Yeah.
Okay. Just you have to be careful because abi like that, right? Can also means my father.
Father.
Yes.
My father, yes.
Yeah.
So when the meaning is
So
my
if there is
father, when the meaning is my
there
father,
is no mudaf, right? I mean mudaf like after that.
But they said this word will always come with as a mudaf ilay.
yes, okay. So both, you see, as my father and abi he here, both is mutaf. The word abi itself is mutaf. One is mutaf to a ya mutakalim, my father. Okay. One is mutaf to a ha or whatever.
Okay.
Can be a
Okay.
ism, can be a pronoun. Okay. If it's my father, then you don't talk about this at all. You are going to Iraab it as your ya mutakalim.
Oh,
Ishtighal
I see.
thing.
Okay.
Okay?
Mana
Yeah,
all that,
Yes,
okay.
right?
exactly.
Uh-uh,
Exactly. Only when it's mutaf to anything else other than ya mutakalim, whether it's an ism, whether it's a pronoun, then you talk about asma il khamsa. Okay? Okay, this one only affects the one which is jar. So whenever you see abi, you need to ask yourself, is it abi, the ya is there because it's jar,
Ya
or
mutakalim.
is abi because the ya is
Abi
ya
because
mutakalim?
it's-
Obviously, when there's an attached pronoun, you can totally see because this definitely cannot be my father and then got he also
Yeah.
here, right?
Correct,
Yeah,
correct.
but
Yeah.
when it's like a different pronoun, like the father of someone, like Abi Hurairah, for example, something like that,
Yeah.
then that one you have to be careful. Is that my father or is Abi Hurairah, father of Hurairah? Okay, can? Inshallah.
But this
Allah.
one that means is
Yeah.
his father.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Because
because
you
of the ha
definitely
there.
have the
Father.
ha here. Yes, exactly.
Ah, there.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay. We will see this a lot in this surah, obviously, because they are brothers, they are fathers, right?
Oh.
So we are going to see this a lot in this
A lot.
surah. Okay? Can? Next one,
Sister,
Sister
sorry.
Luke. Yes.
I just want to ask something which is very basic. This one.
Uh-huh.
Al-Asma Khamsa tu tak ingat dah benda dah.
English, please.
Oh yes. I can't
Yes.
remember what is that.
Oh, okay. Asma ul
Khamsa.
Khamsa is there's 5 special isms
Oh yeah.
under the topic of ildofa.
Oh.
Okay. These are 5 isms that when you make it a mudaf, when they become mudaf,
Oh yes.
okay,
Yes.
they end
Now
with
I
a
remember.
wow. Yes, they end with an alif for nasab and they end with a ya for jar. Okay.
Yes.
It's not just like, okay, it must be with a wow. So we
The
don't say
father, brother, in-law.
yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This one is the
Okay.
yeah. Khamsa
Yes.
tu.
So we are going to see a lot of this in this surah.
Okay. Thank you.
Especially for father and brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Ismul Khamsa. Apa dia panggil?
Asma'ul Khamsa.
Asma'ul Khamsa.
Asma'ul
Yes. Asma is the plural of ism. Okay. Can?
Inshallah.
Okay. Before we move on, the next word is Munada, right? Yes.
Munada.
Munada is a long topic. Obviously, we're not going to do all. We're going to do the 2 most common one. Okay. The 2 most common is, and you try to remember the name, the kind. Okay.
Ada mudaf.
Yes, the 2 most common is Munada Budaf, which is Munada, and it is an idofa, basically, right? Ya ahlal kitab. So it's always going to be fathah. It's going to be light because it is an idofa. It must be light, no alif lam, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So this one, whenever we have Munada Mudaf, we must say Munada Mudaf. Okay. Then we say mansub bil fathah, mansub bil whatever. whatever the sign of the fathah is. Okay. That is munada mudhaf. And the other one that is going to be very common is when you call someone by a specific name.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ibrahim.
Yes. So this
Yes.
one is not a mudhaf. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be light also, but it
Yeah.
is dhamma. Okay. But it's not marfu. Okay. It's not marfu. It is mabni ala dham fi mahali nasab. Do you all remember why is it fi mahali nasab?
Tak ingat.
So maf'ul bihi eh?
Because when you say, I think there is a note here. When you, yes,
right?
here. Keep
I
in
call.
mind, yes, when we say ya Zaid, we are saying ad'u Zaidan. I am calling Zaid. Yes, okay. So it is always going to be fi mahali it is always going to be nasab. Okay. But in this
So
case,
Munada is one
yes.
being called, so that's why it's object and that's why it's mansub.
Yes, okay. So even though when we have a dhamma, it's not marfu. Okay. This is actually mabni ala dham and then fi mahali nasab because it is who you're calling. It's a maf'ul basically. Okay.
Okay.
Of course, when like the word Musa is never going to be Musu. So this one will still be mabni ala dham muqaddara also. Okay. So it's still, usually we just say it's marfu bil dhamma muqaddara, right? Marfu bil fathah muqaddara, right? That's what we say usually. But we cannot call this marfu. We still have to say it's mabni ala dham muqaddara and then fi mahali nasab still. Okay?
Good point.
Okay, don't be confused. Cannot say marfu, okay? For ya Musa, cannot say marfu. Same here.
Marfu muqaddara.
Ibrahim.
No.
You cannot say
Mabni.
marfu bil dhammah. You must say mabni ala dhammah.
Mabni ada.
Yeah, so by the same standard, Musa also cannot be marfu bil dhammah muqaddara. Okay, it must be mabni ala dhamm muqaddar.
Same.
Yes, of course, when we use mabni, we don't have a dhamma. We don't have the tamarbuta, right? So
Yep.
mabni ala dhamm muqaddar. Okay? Can? Are you all still with me?
Yeah, we practice,
Yeah.
inshallah.
Okay. But in this
Interesting.
ayah, we have ya abati,
Abati.
Yeah,
which we
abati.
also did, yes, which is a mudhaf actually, munada mudhaf. Okay, but it is a bit special. Okay, here when the mudhaf, when the munada mudhaf is ummi or
Umi or
abun.
Oh,
Abun.
Yes, my father or my mom.
Oh,
Okay,
I see. Yeah.
here. Okay, when these two words are directly mudhaf to a ya mutakallim, okay, can have a sukun on the ya mutakallim as usual, right? We know ummi,
So it's
abi.
abi or
Yes,
ummi.
so ya ummi, ya abi. Okay, this is
Yeah.
normal, ya mutakallim. Okay, or it can have a fathah on the ya mutakallim. This is also quite normal. We did see this in a lot of ya mutakallims also. Okay,
Ya
can have
ummiya.
a ya
Ya abiyya.
ummiya, ya abiyah. Okay.
Mm-mm.
It can also change, the ya can change to alif and the last harakah of the mudhaf becomes fathah. All this just now, the last harakah of the mudhaf itself, the part, the abi, the b part is always kasrah as normally we do that. Right? The ya forces it to become
Ya
kasrah.
mutakallim.
Yes. Here the ya change to alif, the harakah is fathah. So ya umma,
Umma.
ya abba. I said that time, I guess this is where we get our abba from.
Abah. Abah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Usually here we say umi and abba, right? We don't say abi, we say abba usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Abah.
maybe
Yes.
this is maybe where we
Orang
get
Melayu
that
dia ada
from.
ha sekali. If
Yes.
it is Malays, they will always put
So
ha
all
at the
these
back.
can be mudaf, right?
Ah.
All these three
Yes.
choices. we
Abah.
have.
Yes, all this is still mudaf. It's still mudaf. It's all,
Still.
oh my mom,
Mudaf.
oh my dad.
Okay.
It's all with my. Here also is still my dad, my mom. Just that you don't see the ya mutakalim.
Yeah, there.
Ya
Okay.
amma, ya abba.
Yeah.
So the T,
Yeah.
abati.
The last one is the one in this ayah. Okay. The ya can change to a ta with a fatha or a kasra on it.
Yeah.
So both can.
Can be
Can be
abata
ya
also.
ummati, can be ya abati, can be ya ummata, can be ya abata. Here we have ya abati.
Abati.
Yes.
Ya
Okay.
bati.
So the Iraab for this, okay, of course, our harf itself is harf nida. There's no Iraab for it. We don't say fi mahali anything for it. Okay. The abati part, it is still your munada mudaf. It is mansub bil fathah. Okay. Actually, you don't need this. Don't need the wahwa mudaf. Then the ta part that we add, okay,
If
is
it is
ta.
fatha, if it's fatha, then it's abata. You're saying abati or abata?
We are talking here about all this is,
Bati.
we are talking this part, the munada mudaf is the abba part, the umma part. It's all abba umma.
Oh, okay, okay. So it is all it's mansub,
Yes,
even
the
though it's
mudaf part.
abati.
Yes, the
Okay.
mudaf part, it is mansub bil fathah, all for them.
Okay, okay.
Okay. The only the ta can change, ta and ti. Okay, the ta and ti. Okay, so this ta is ta ta'nis. Okay, it's ta ta'nis, remember, right? And it's a harf, and it's coming to substitute the ya mahsuf. The ya is not there anymore, right? So this ta comes just to substitute that ya mahsuf. So also it is la mahala laha min al-i'rab. Okay, but you still have to say that your ya mahzuf is your domir. It is mabni ala sukun fi mahali jar bil idafah. Because you said this is munada mudaf, where is your mudaf? Right? The ta is not exactly your mudaf, it is still the ya. Okay, when you translate, it is
Which is
still
mahzuf.
oh my father, still oh my mother. Okay, but yes, the ya is mahzuf. Okay, the ta comes to replace it. Okay, so the word here, iwadon, means to replace it. Can? Are you all with me?
Inshallah,
Yes,
inshallah. Yeah, we are
yes.
listening.
This is
Digest.
also another surah which has a lot of munada. Okay. All
I
kinds
don't
of
understand
munada.
about the ta.
The ta.
Data is the
Why?
ta'nis.
Because like in the fi'il, then the ya mutakalim will be attached to the nun wikaya. Kan? And then
Yes.
sometimes they remove the ya and then the nun get a kasra.
Yes.
Okay, but for an isim, is this the case? For the isim, maknanya they put a ta ta'nis.
No, usually, I don't really have an answer to that question. I only know this is special for this word
For this
in
word,
this
okay.
case, as in a munada.
Okay.
I don't know whether it can be used in other kinds of circumstances or not. So I cannot answer that question. But the ta here is ta ta'nis only in this situation as a munada. Okay, and I think if you hear like Ustaz Numan or something, they say that this ta is like a form of endearment. So it's like, oh my beloved father, something like that.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
beloved.
love.
Yes, exactly.
Sayang sangatnya tu.
Yes.
From
Yeah.
Hassan,
Lovingly.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Lovingly
say again.
saying.
Sorry,
is
say again.
I'm just recalling ism tasghir. Like from Hassan, it's Hussein.
Yes.
So from abati, can it be ism tasghir and giving the meaning of my beloved?
Not. This is still not ism tasghir because ism tasghir the pattern is something, right? Fu'ail, for example. So
Fa'il,
yes.
on the pattern of fa'il.
Yeah. So definitely this is not your ism tafdil. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Can? Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay. So since I gave you the
What?
the Iraq for this already, so don't have to do this Iraq. So we will stop here first. Inshallah, it's 4
What
o'clock.
lesson is this, please, sister?
This is Munada lesson number 69.
69.
Chapter
Okay.
20. Yeah.
Yes, chapter 20, but lesson in the Google Drive is 69.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yes, okay. Then inshallah we will continue ayah 4 on Monday, inshallah.
Monday. Inshallah.
Yeah, yes.
And
Inshallah.
there's also
Jazakallah, sister.
Jazakallah
numbers
khair,
here.
sis.
Wa iyyakum. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Jazakumullah khairan everybody.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Iya.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.